mystery in the sky. We're searching for answers after something shot across the sky this morning.
Mysterious sight in the sky, what it could be.
We don't have any official confirmation yet.
Oh my God.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Is it a UFO? We can't figure it out.
Looking up the skies is not always peaceful. Sometimes it can bring forward creepy sightings of animals hanging around. Unidentified spacecraft, or even mysterious phenomena that can't go unnoticed. Let's begin. Space debris shower.
To us asking, what in the world is going on? Take a look here. It was a spectacular light show over Southern California.
Residents in Southern California got to witness a lot more than just stars in their night sky. They saw dozens of lights streaking through the sky, and everyone was left wondering if this was the best meteor shower they had seen so far. But in reality, this was more of a man-made light show. Turns out, this was space debris from a failed rocket launch of SpaceX. Luckily, it landed in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, and everyone was safe.
We were, when we saw the video, wondering, what is going on here? Where is it coming from?
Dark hanging. This bizarre object was filmed by some locals in West Hollywood, and they had no clue of what it was. The dark, creepy object was hanging midair with no visible string or anything. Some viewers even jokingly compared it with Ryuk from the manga series Death Note. But here's the weird part. This thing was not moving at all. It could mean that this was as simple as a piece of junk hanging from the wires. Or, who knows, something new that we haven't figured out yet. Odd meteor. A homeowner from the United States was amazed to watch a meteor plummeting towards Earth and rushed out to capture it all on his camera. But things took a spooky turn when the alleged meteor divided into several parts and they all started moving independently. The man even got convinced that the objects were actually alien spaceships when they changed their direction and slowed down their pace. Now, if this was any ordinary object, the change in direction or pace never would have happened. So far, no explanation for this sighting has come forward, leaving it as a mystery. Double moon.
Oh my God.
Believe it or not, this video was filmed on our planet. And yes, you're looking at a video of multiple moons existing side by side. Many viewers started calling it a sign of the end times, or even existence of parallel universes coinciding at one time. While these theories sound compelling, there's a logical side to this sighting. Under rare conditions, atmospheric layers of varying temperatures and densities can refract light in such a way that it looks like there are multiple moons in the sky. So relax, these are not the end times, yet.
What the fuck?
Mysterious ball. Our world is full of eerie happenings that are almost impossible to make sense of. One such event was caught on camera and had all its viewers scratching their heads. The video shows a blue ball moving along a railway platform and pulsating all the time. This orb did not seem to have any resemblance with a man-made object, so viewers started coming up with different speculations. From extraterrestrial interference to eerie natural phenomenon, there are loads of theories out there. What do you think was happening here? Share in the comments. Meteor Fall. On February 15th, 2013, the skies above Chelyabinsk, Russia were unexpectedly illuminated by a blazing meteor in the atmosphere. This spectacular event was caused by a meteor traveling at 19 kilometers per second. The locals managed to catch a glimpse of this amazing cosmic event. The Chelyabinsk meteor had numerous fragments scattered all over the place, and it became a scientific opportunity to study the cosmic objects that could pose a threat to Earth. Jesus. A local from Unsingen, Switzerland headed out for work when he noticed something in the sky. At first, he thought it was just some dark object or weather balloon. When he stopped to get a better look at this thing, he noticed that it was a lot more than just that. It had a humanoid appearance and even looked like Jesus from the white robe. Now, here's the thing. Even though the man was convinced that it was a supernatural sighting, some online viewers were persistent that it could be an advertising balloon. Dragon World. If you were having a bad day, think about this person who noticed a lifelike dragon sitting on a traffic light like it was no big deal. The woman was waiting by the roadside when she saw the big wings, a humanoid head, and spider-like lower body of the demonic presence. Just when the creature knew that it was being filmed, it flew away from the scene, never to be seen again. Although there are mixed reviews about the authenticity of this video, the reality remains a mystery. Stuck airplane. In April 2019, a couple noticed something really interesting in the sky when they saw an airplane completely static and motionless in one place. It had to be the most interesting thing they'd ever seen so far. The first thing that came to their mind was a glitch in the Matrix. And as compelling as it sounds, this is actually possible even in the everyday normal world. It happens when the weight and lift cancel each other out perfectly, with the thrust and drag canceling each other out too. It's a bit rare to witness this situation, but it is possible. Followed by UFO. In May 2023, driving in the streets of Thailand took an unexpected turn when people noticed something bizarre flying in the sky. This object had an amorphous shape and was seen following a particular car around the streets, like it meant business. The passengers were super confused about what was happening to them and wanted to get answers. But this could have been a weather balloon maneuvering in the area and gathering data. Who knows just what happens in our world? Unidentified Object. A calming walk through the park turned into a nightmarish memory for some friends when they noticed this aircraft moving through the skies. It had an eerie oval shape and some stark lights blinking over it. These features made it have a striking resemblance to typical UFOs we think of. Although the reality behind this footage still remains a mystery, many believe that there are chances of life other than us in the universe. Monster Sky. While locals were carrying out their routine day-to-day activities, they looked up and witnessed this odd sight. Other than the usual clouds in the sky, there was this unique cloud formation that had the most uncanny resemblance to a monster truck. While some were calling it the perfect Fata Morgana, others believed this was a UFO that had some sort of glitch in its hiding abilities. Whatever the true case was, it certainly is interesting to find that in the sky. Huge spaceship. The skies over China were taken over by the most oddly shaped cloud that even made the people think that they were in the presence of an alien spaceship getting ready to launch right over them. The locals had never seen clouds take shapes like this, so they started coming up with different theories. From spaceships cloaked in clouds to weather control technology. Honestly, with all that's going on in our world, who knows what's possible these days? Bat swarm. Tourists and locals from Mexico gather around every September to witness the interesting sight of millions of urban bats flying off in the air. This is the largest colony of free-tailed bats living in the area. These critters come out of the gaps between the concrete for their feeding time. In the start, these animals were feared by the locals, but with the passage of time, they've grown accustomed to them living in harmony with humans. So if you ever wish to see the sky soaring with bats, make sure you visit Mexico. Takeover.
A Shoalhaven suburb was more an aviary than an address yesterday after an invasion by thousands of Corellas.
Residents at the Shell Harbor streets woke up to an amazing surprise when their whole neighborhood was taken over by these white goons. It was not the first time that the Corellas had visited them. They used to appear in different scattered groups, but one particular day was havoc for everyone when the streets were covered with them. The people had no choice but to stay indoors, record the situation, and let them do their work.
Mornings, they're like in different groups, so some of them are here, some of them are over there.
But yesterday, they were everywhere.
Angry Bird.
Oh, there's a hole. 快看，有一只鸟飞过来了。
This family was enjoying their barbecue time by the riverside and got one hell of a surprise. They noticed that an eagle was circling right above their heads like it had some business in this area. Out of curiosity, they started looking at the bird. But it had other plans. The eagle swooped down, picked up a snake, and came rushing towards the people like it wanted its meal cooked as well. These people were lucky that the snake landed on the ground and not on one of their heads. Flying cigar. A seemingly simple video of the sky turned into an otherworldly revelation when residents noticed a slim, long object soaring through the area. It had a constant speed and did not look like any average aircraft we'd see on a daily basis. The people who saw this thing started suggesting that it was a secret government technology, or it could be as simple as the shadow of an aircraft flying at some height. No one has been able to say what it was for sure. Red dot.
This is what they're covering up.
What is that?
Take a picture. Take a picture. TMZ by it.
Some locals had stepped out to witness the total lunar eclipse and were amazed to witness something a lot more than just that. While they were filming the astronomical event, they noticed this red dot slowly moving through the sky. It had the most extravagant lights and had everyone wondering if this was some kind of a flare. But the creepy point is that the flares don't move in that manner. Different people online shared that they had also seen this red dot during the eclipse, and theories of CERN projects and hidden government plans were popping up everywhere.
I actually think that's really creepy and don't like it.
I leave everything to Sebastian. Oh, look,
what is that?
Creepy party. Some farmers were checking a hollow tree trunk and were creeped out when they found a whole colony of hundreds of vampire bats living in it. I'm not sure how or why they're standing so close to these blood-sucking birds, but I'd rather be miles away from them. These bats can cause rabies in people they bite, so if you ever come across one, make sure to run from there as fast as you can. Light show. The skies in Kazakhstan were lit up by dozens of lights arranged in an interesting manner. The odd part about this sighting was that nothing of this sort was arranged by authorities, and not a single such air show was hosted at that time. Eyewitnesses even mentioned that there was no noise in the air, which indicated that this was more likely something other than drones or planes. As crazy as it sounds, some believe that this was a fleet of unidentified aircraft making their way through the air. Humanoid figure. In May 2021, the skies over Moscow, Russia, had a lot more than the usual clouds and birds. The locals in the area were amazed, yet scared, to film this odd thing flying in the air. It had an uncanny human-like appearance and was static in place. Many viewers believed that this was a weather balloon, while some had more of a dark theory and referred to it as a spy device that the government had planted in the area. Whatever the truth was, watching a humanoid figure in the air can bring a lot of questions and few answers. Flying tree.
I've seen some really creepy stuff, but nothing like this.
Okay. What kind of Harry Potter magic is going on here? A man was walking down the streets of Fresno, California, when he came across this odd sight of a tree that changed its roles and started floating in air.
It's not attached to wires.
Like any normal person would do, he thought that this was some sort of witchery. But there's a logical explanation too. This could be a drone, or even the seamless act of Mother Nature when the winds come in perfect balance to the weight of the branch and lift it up to make it look suspended. So, what do you think? Was it a prank done by nature, or indeed a glitch in the Matrix?
Wow. Only in Fresno.
Glowing man. A hunter was carrying out his everyday duties in the Brazilian jungle when something strange caught his attention. He noticed a bright and glowing thing in the distance, and it oddly seemed like a person. The hunter had never seen something like this in the wild, so he recorded it all and shared the video online, hoping to get answers. But the viewers had some creepy theories. Some suggested extraterrestrial visitors, while others were more inclined towards it being a clever edit. Iron Man light.
Wait.
We all see the obvious airplanes and birds in the sky. But for one resident, nature had planned this humanoid figure moving through the air in a constant manner. The onlookers had loads of questions looking at this sighting, as this was the first time something like this had appeared in front of them. There is a possibility that this was a person flying with a jetpack suit in the area, and although this technology is not commonly used in the public, it is highly regarded as a secret government tech hidden from people.
Let me get out of the car for a second.
Blue lights.
Really close. I had to drop my car, man.
A group of campers were enjoying their time by a lake in Pennsylvania, the United States, when they noticed something coming down from the sky. The vibrant blue color of this object and how it moved in an eerie manner had the man wondering if he was looking at something otherworldly. It came down towards the water and seamlessly entered the surface. Although the object was recorded for a long time, it was still not enough to make sense of what was happening. Theories ranging from alien intervention to drone acts came forward, but nothing was confirmed.
Taking a dip.
Flying pyramid. Here's a sighting that occurred in Mexico and shook the residents of the area. Some pedestrians were walking down the road when they noticed a white dot in the sky. When they zoomed in on it, a weird aircraft was revealed that had a pyramid-like shape and light at the bottom. Even though the video was not the clearest, it was enough to see that this thing was not from our world. Could there be a possibility of alien life visiting us? With all that's going on, what do you think? Real-life Graboid. Here's a video that shocked everyone to their core. It showed a giant creature that was cleaned from a beach and was getting transported to an unknown location. Now, I know our beaches can get some pretty insane things washed on them, but this is some real extraterrestrial matter going on here. Even though the authenticity of this video is still questioned by netizens, who knows what lives in the undiscovered depths of our oceans? Prehistoric animals. We've all heard about the government's efforts to bring back dinosaurs, and these were just rumors until a video broke the internet. A group of scientists could be clearly seen cradling and carrying a baby dino. This clip sparked a debate among masses, whether it was even right to bring this species back. But there is a possibility that this was just an attempt to get some online fame, and made the people believe that they were living in the era of dinosaurs. Rocky Road. No one would want to drive on that road for sure. Some tourists were thrilled to find out that giant stones were pushing up from beneath this road and had upheaved the whole face of it. It's very uncommon for rocks to come up from beneath the surface, but in case of such a thing happening, it's due to the poor construction of the road or due to weather conditions. Stealth bomber. In case you've never seen a stealth bomber in action, this is how these weapons work. Just like its name suggests, the stealth bomber has the perfect capability to disappear from a scene without leaving any trace. These weapons are one of the most expensive and precise pieces of technology in America. A stealth bomber can disappear from the radar and even from the enemy's skies in mere seconds, making it the best defense against everyone. Strange lights. Filming the sky got a little too exciting for a man in Alameda, California, when he noticed these lights hovering in the air. These orbs had the man clueless, and with just one option of recording the mind-boggling sight he'd just witnessed. Now, before we jump onto the UFO bandwagon, let's consider a different approach here as well. These could be the lights of an airplane preparing to land at a nearby airport, and frankly, I really hope that's the case. No one's ready for aliens to take over. Racing with UFO. A pilot was filming the beautiful landscapes from his window when the calm moment was taken over by this object. He had accidentally recorded this odd thing racing with his aircraft, and the scary part here is, it oddly resembles a UFO. Now, many viewers highlighted the fact that this encounter seemed too good to be true, and that the object was most likely a drone. Do you believe in the possibility of life outside of Earth? Tree dancer. You must have seen snakes slithering on the ground, but have you ever seen them climbing a tree? Now, I don't know why, but this video seems oddly satisfying to me. Now you know that if you ever get chased by a giant snake, climbing a tree is gonna be little to no help. That grip and speed can take down almost anything. Smart monkeys. Now that is some professional tightrope walking right there. But these monkeys are not doing it just to get some attention. In reality, they cleverly dodge the electrical fences that the farmers have set up to safeguard their crops from the thousands of wild monkeys living in the area. But as you can see, nothing can stop these athletic animals. Happy swinging. A family was crossing a bridge from a wildlife park when one of the monkeys decided to pay them a visit. It decided to show them how to move through the jungle. The animal came swinging from the bridge's strings, showing off its impressive maneuvering abilities. These people had no choice but to sit down and appreciate the performance. Failed escape. This is the failed escape plan of a goat that tried to jump out of the truck to escape its inevitable end. The driver did not even notice when this brave one managed to get out of the vehicle and get stuck in the wires. He only realized when the person behind him honked to stop him on time. He then got it off the lines and back in the truck with the others. Peacock in city. A family was walking down the road when they noticed something different sitting on the electric lines. It was this odd silhouette of a giant bird. And that's right, you guessed it correct. It was a peacock. What are the chances of finding these majestic birds casually sitting on electric lines in an urban area? Soon, the bird flew away while showing off those beautiful wings. Stuck bird. Some pedestrians had filmed this odd sight in which a bird was stuck midair and almost looked like it was glitching in its place. While many were quick to call this a perfect evidence for the existence of a matrix, we've got a more logical explanation for this sighting as well. The bird was actually flying into strong wind. It may seem to be stuck because the wind is pushing against it with equal force to its forward thrust, causing it to remain in the same position relative to the ground. Monkey conference. A simple walk through the streets turned into a bizarre encounter when a man came across a whole group of monkeys sitting together in an odd way. While some people were jumping to conclusions and calling this a bizarre ritual, many others had a logical answer to it. According to them, these monkeys were actually sitting together to get warmth and safety from predators. So if you ever find such a sight, make sure you don't freak out. Door to heaven. Our skies hold the most interesting mysteries out there, and one of such things was this odd door flying among the clouds. Eyewitnesses were amazed to find such a thing unfolding right in front of them, and took out their phones to record the whole ordeal. For some of the viewers, this was more like a spiritual sight, as it showed the most impossible thing that could happen. While many tried to debunk it as a moon peeking from clouds, they could not explain the oddly door-like shape of this sighting. Midair Lift. Even though birds fly through the skies normally, they can get tired of it too. So this one casually decided to take a lift from its fellow bird and was looking gracious while doing so. I'm pretty sure you've never seen such a thing before. You know, for some reason, it almost looked like Rose and Jack from the Titanic while they did it. Magic bird. You must have seen birds sitting on power lines all the time, but have you ever seen one resting in the middle of the air without any support? Well, here's an example of it. A homeowner got the shock of a lifetime when he noticed this parrot casually hanging in the sky without any support. Either this little one has got some superpowers, or this man recorded the perfect evidence of a glitch in the Matrix. What do you think? Super goat. I'm pretty sure we all know that goats stay on the land and eat grass, but this particular one got bored of the ordinary routine and decided to get a better view from a higher place. Some locals in Greece noticed the poor animal stuck on electric wires and decided to help it. They brought a ladder and rope to get the animal down. Even they were confused on how it managed to get up there. After continuous efforts from both the ground and higher cliff, they managed to get the goat to safety. Walking in sky. Looks like this bird has unlocked the ultimate power of walking in the sky. I mean, they obviously have the option of flying, but I guess this one got tired of flapping those wings all the time and decided to take some rest. I don't know about you, but it's kind of hard for me to accept the fact that they can do such things. Even viewers were calling this a glitch in the Matrix, while others were more persistent on this being a clever edit. Taken over. The cities are populated with people, but sometimes it's even taken over by the wildlife. Some people noticed a monkey running through the wires in the most bizarre manner. It was like it had found a new way to balance and move in the area. Unusual hiding space. A farmer was getting worried sick for the baby alpaca that went missing from the farm, and after looking for it everywhere, he found it stuck in a badger hole. Alpacas love to roll in dirt, and the farmer thought that this little one accidentally got stuck in there while playing, so he got a shovel and got to work to get it out of there. After some efforts, the baby was reunited with its mother and was safe and sound. Snake in sky. The night skies in Tagbilaran, Philippines were taken over by a horrifying sight, where the locals noticed a huge snake dangling from the electric wires. It almost looked like this serpent was ready to get down for some real business. While the people were filming the whole ordeal and creating quite a fuss, it managed to fall down on the road and took everyone's breath away. Now, I'm pretty sure I won't be going to the Philippines anytime soon. Walking trees. Logically, all trees are supposed to stay in one place their whole life, but a man captured an unusual sight that seemed to defy all sense. It was a tree actually moving through the ground, and this was not the only time this had happened. On several occasions, people were amazed to watch the eerie yet extraordinary videos of trees walking around. Although they looked hyper-realistic, many viewers believe that these were just clever edits. Alleged Bigfoot. Hiking through the snowy mountains took a creepy turn when a man noticed this figure in the area. It had a stark contrast to the otherwise white landscape in the area, and had a hairy yet tall height. The figure moved away from the scene just as it realized that someone was approaching it. The hiker claimed that this was the mythical Bigfoot stalking him from some distance, but there's a possibility that someone was pranking the man with a suit. Live Noodles. Here's a video that had all its users scratching their heads in confusion. Someone uploaded this clip on Instagram that showed a whole ball of noodle-like objects swirling in the middle of the road. To make matters worse, there was even a person standing in it. This could either be evidence of extraterrestrial life form, or just the clever work of a talented editor. I'm pretty sure I'll be going with the second option for this one. Humanoid Creature. A man was walking down the street when he noticed a black dot in the sky. Just out of curiosity, he decided to check what the thing was, and when he zoomed in on the object, it showed a black humanoid creature with legs and a torso static in midair. The man could not make any sense of what he was looking at, and just had a video to prove what he had witnessed that day. He shared the video online, and that took the viewers by storm. They had some answers, including a weather balloon, or even a remote-controlled doll. It's time for today's open discussion. These people have gathered around to witness an unusual sight in urban cities. While they were all going about their routine activities, the sight of a hairy ape stopped them in their place, and everyone was seen filming the whole ordeal. No one could figure out how this animal had made its way into the city. The way it was moving through the wires had everyone worried. Luckily, Animal Control was informed about this sighting, and it was taken care of. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.